Gold reached a 50-month high this week, and we're going to talk about that and what's feeding into this price action just now with Phil Carr from the Gold and Silver Club. So hello to you, Phil. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you. No problem.
Gold, it just goes from strength to strength. What is feeding into this?
We're at an important point at the moment, whether this is a short-term top in the moment and we're going to get a larger correction now. We've had a runaway move now with gold, which has been going on for over 4 months. Mm-hmm. So a runaway gold move like this, it is rare to see it. If you have a look at the previous bear markets that we've seen over the last 100 years actually for gold, the current bear market that we've come out of over the last 4 or 5 years ranks as the second most extreme bear market on record. And typically with this you get a nature of action and reaction. So the bigger the bear, the bigger the bull. So as we start to come out of this bear market, we could expect some very significant inflows, which is what we've seen so far this year. So the moves that we've had so far, they are on track to be some of the best moves that we've seen on gold to date. So we're a little bit in uncharted water here for gold right now. Every pullback that we've had in 2016, you've not seen more than about 2 or 3 days of corrections. The most significant pullback that we've had this year has not been more than a 12% correction, which is very unusual considering gold is still rallying now into 4 months into the year. So what do I expect at the moment? We've got non-farm payrolls coming out on Friday, so that will be very important for the short-term direction. The US dollar is staging a bit of a comeback over the last couple of days, which is putting gold and silver off tilt a little bit here. At the moment, every single pullback has been seen as a buying opportunity. I was just having a look at the SPDR Gold Trust yesterday. We've seen the biggest inflows in the SPDR Gold Trust since 2013, the biggest gold-backed exchange-traded fund. In terms of the COT reports, which are released every single week, so the commitment of traders, we've continued to see big inflows week in and week out. And there's a very strong correlation between that data and what gold does. There's a lot of strong hands in this market at the moment, and each pullback is being bought into.
Well, another thing you did mention was silver.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about that, because often it does get left behind and left out a little bit.
Yes, definitely. So silver was lagging behind gold quite a lot over the month of March. However, over April it gained 14%. So it's been one of silver's best months on record. Big inflows came into silver. It's actually the biggest inflows we've got on record from the commitment of traders. We've seen big inflows into silver. Silver has now caught up with gold and actually surpassed it, over a 25% gain year to date. So previously it was lagging. So at the moment silver is representing a very good opportunity. If you look at the gold to silver ratio, how much silver you can buy for an ounce of gold, or how many ounces of silver you can buy and purchase in comparison to an ounce of gold, there is a lot more upside potential in silver than gold at the moment.
Well, I was going to talk about this buying potential, because you know, you've got your portfolio and you're looking at bargains. Well, neither of them are bargains.
Not at the moment. No.
So why would you buy them?
Right. So I would look at them in terms of just having them diversifying a portfolio. I would move my attention to other sectors in commodities as well. If you look at the whole commodity space, inflows at the moment for the whole commodities spectrum are at their highest since 2009. So we've seen that across the board. So for example, at the moment we've seen soybeans has had a runaway move alongside silver. Soybeans are one of the best performing commodities so far this year. Sugar as well, one of the best performing commodities.
Sugar's had a terrible 2 decades.
Yes, sugar again, it's out of all the bear markets that we've had in silver, in all the bear markets that we've had in sugar, this represents the second most extreme bear market sugar has ever been in. And with that we've seen a complete reversal of that move over the course of 2016. We've seen a snapback in price. Again, the bigger the bear, the bigger the bull afterwards, and we've seen it just roaring back. So sugar's had a great move. I'll keep an eye on all of the commodity markets at the moment. Purely from an investment point of view, the inflows that we've seen into these markets has been huge over the first quarter this year, and that isn't changing anytime soon. Would I be a buyer at these levels? You're right. We're getting near to a top at the moment. I would definitely wait for, if you're not in the market already, it's worth being on the sidelines, but getting ready to enter into the next pullback. And the big question is, with the next correction, will we get a correction in line with previous corrections? So if you have a look at gold and its run over the last 30 or 40 years, a typical correction after a move that we've seen so far would be in the region of a 50% correction that you would expect after such a runaway move where it's been gaining for 4 months straight now. So that sort of correction would put gold into the 1220s to 1250 zone, which we recently tested last week. But the next correction, I would be looking at buying opportunities around the 1200 to 1250 if we get another pullback of that sort of magnitude. So that's essentially what we're looking at to enter into additional positions at the moment.
Okay, so be on guard.
Be on guard, but don't get in at this buy at 1300 at the moment, at least. Wait for a consolidation or the next leg up.
Okay, bit of patience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then get ready to jump in.
Yes, that's
I like it. I like your style. All right, Phil Carr, thank you very much. That's really interesting.
Pleasure.
And as he says, patience is a virtue indeed. We've been talking about gold, silver and a bit of sugar as well. So thank you very much indeed for watching.